Sometimes it's easier to put off that pile of laundry. I mean, so people say, I'm not speaking from firsthand experience. Or maybe you put off that trip to the grocery store. But in the end, experts agree procrastination can only add to your worry and to your stress. So today, how to stop procrastinating and get things done. Studio 5 relationship coach Dr. Matt Townsend is joining me. Do you procrastinate?
Every day.
You do?
I do. I'm a procrastinator.
Are you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Big time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because your brain, though, works really creatively.
I have a weird brain.
You're good on deadline. You're good in the last minute.
But see, every procrastinator thinks they're good on deadline.
Okay.
But the problem is, so that's really not procrastinating, maybe. So we got to get really clear what procrastination is.
Okay, what is it?
But by definition, procrastination is putting something off that you know by putting it off there will be negative repercussions.
Oh, so you're aware.
So I know, it actually stimulates me to kind of get my energy up. But I'm saying procrastinating would be like not paying bills and procrastinating something or a discussion with somebody or a conversation on something that's important, and you're doing it knowing full well by not doing it, it's only going to make things worse.
Well, now that just sounds, with that definition, that just sounds plain ridiculous. So why do we do it?
20% of us do it. 20% of humans are procrastinating something. And when we get into it, we call them procs, by the way.
Oh, there's a name for it.
Well, it's easier to say that than procrastination.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's one of those words you keep saying and it starts to sound weird. You're a proc. That doesn't sound much better.
So the first rule is you got to decide, are you a proc or not?
Okay.
Are you one that procrastinates? And so remember, there's good delay, there's healthy delay, there's unhealthy delay. A healthy delay would be like pondering over something, maybe thinking about it, slowing it down to make sure you make the right decision, making a better selection. An unhealthy delay would be procrastinating, where I'm consciously not acting on something that I know will hurt me and have negative repercussions.
Well, and paying the bills is a little bit of a bigger example. Smaller scale, putting off the laundry.
Oh,
I mean, you know that
totally
at some point your husband's going to have to streak across the house to the laundry room.
And that is embarrassing when the neighbors come over. And so that's a big deal. And then, or like having conversations and procrastinating the conversation that you know needs to be had. So when you think about it, you might be thinking this is a time management issue because you keep delaying stuff.
Right.
But it's really an emotional management issue. So the way we fix it is we have to manage the emotional side, not just the time side. This isn't even about time. This is about you managing that emotion that's stopping you from doing something that's important.
So give us some examples of emotions we may be mismanaging in those types of scenarios.
So think about it. It kind of goes back to these basic emotions that I feel like drive a lot of our life and our activity. Lovable, capable, safe, and secure. If you have a conversation that's not safe to have, you're probably going to want to procrastinate it, not have that conversation. If you feel like you're not good at something, so a lot of times we're procrastinating something we don't feel like we're very good at. Like, I can't do that. A lot of perfectionists actually are perfectionists when they deliver on it, but when they don't, they procrastinate and they wait and they wait and they wait until they finally do it. But then when they do it, it's got to be perfect, and they have this incredible fear that it won't be perfect. So they're either delaying doing certain things or they're worrying about doing certain things. But in the end, if you don't manage that emotion, lovable, capable, secure, you're probably going to think you can just keep delaying stuff.
Well, you say 20% of people are procrastinators but don't know it or won't admit it. Why is it so hard to admit that mistake?
Because think about that. That would then make us go back to our deepest insecurities, our deepest fears, our deepest worries. I don't want to confront the fact that I have fear. In fact, I was doing a radio show with a national expert on this, and his name is Dr. Ferrari, by the way, from DePaul University.
That'll get you somewhere.
And he was talking to me, Matt, what's something you delay? What's something you delay, you procrastinate on? And it's writing a book. I have 7 books, white papered, like literally outlined, ready to write. And he's like, well, why aren't you writing them? And I'm like, I don't know.
Don't you hate it when people turn the question table on you?
And it was only on the radio show where 1 million people could hear it.
I mean, that's all.
And then all of a sudden, it realized I have a fear. There's a fear behind writing that stops me from writing. And I'm like, so it's probably just a fear of failure. And he said, or it's a fear of success. Maybe you're afraid that this would take off. Maybe you're afraid you might get more attention, and then more attention makes everything that you do riskier. So there's a fear underlying it. And until I address that fear, then I'm never going to stop procrastinating. Why would I?
That's good. That's
really good.
good.
And he did it was therapy on radio.
In front of everybody. And you were the guinea pig.
Thanks, Dr. Ferrari.
See, usually
great.
I'm the guinea pig, so take it away, Dr. Ferrari, no pun intended. Delaying doesn't get rid of stress. No. You say we've got to act on it to eliminate that worry. You got to act on it,
and you got to, I call it, get the procrastination cat, get the procrasti-cat out of your bag. You got to let it out. So one of the best ways to do it is go to the person that's so frustrated by your procrastination and come clean. and just say, I was just listening to Studio 5 and I realized I have an emotional issue about this thing. And so I'm always procrastinating because I don't feel like I do it very well. And if you'll come clean on it and start owning your own shame, then it'll make it a little easier. And then ask their help to help you along with it. I've had times where I basically had to tell Marty something I couldn't do, and she could do it easily because she didn't have the hang up I did, and she helped me get through it. Once I can get it out there, then I can start acting on it. And the key to this really is, it doesn't matter what you do, any action towards any movement on this issue will start to create the next action and the next movement. I just need a little action towards what I already know I need to be doing.
So a forward step could turn into a forward leap, in other words.
And literally, all I need is that little momentum, and that little momentum leads to the next moment, and then all of a sudden, it's like when you're falling and you can't stop falling.
I've heard someone tell a story about that.
I tell a lot of those. But you just keep falling, and the momentum will carry you, and you'll get it done.
Good stuff. Eliminate the procrasticat.
Get the procrastinator out of the bag.
Stop being a...
Proc. It's a weird term, but it's real.
He said, hey, your date night, we're closing in.
November 4th, you don't want to miss it. You're going to be there because you have to announce me.
I know, I'm ready. Mr. Ferrari, Dr. Ferrari.
Yeah, Dr. Ferrari. We'll have him come too. It's at Olympus Junior High, datenightswithmatt.com. Just go there. You really have to hurry. We're almost out of tickets, which is a good sign. And what's cool about it is we're going to be talking about happiness, how to bring happiness home, how to get it home. Quit talking about it. Quit hoping for it. Quit thinking it's around the next corner. It's not. It's already home. We just need to kind of get it out of the bag, like the cat.
And I love, back to the cat, I love the timing of this right before the holidays when we want to feel that happiness, that magic. It's going to be a great event. You want a seat there. We want to see you. Thank you so much, Matt.